Wolf gang, we back in this thing, man. Back with a brand new video for y'all. Look, only go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. And that goes for any situation. I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about when you're dealing with family members. I'm talking about at your workplace. I'm talking about even at parties, house parties, whatever. Never go somewhere where you're tolerated and not celebrated, because that's going to start to mess with your mental. It's like a flower. When a flower grows, right? People think it's all about, oh, you gotta water it. It need, it need the sunlight. You gotta really look after it. But the most important thing is the environment, right? If the environment is not right, you could water that plant all you want to. If the soil's not right and everything around it is not gonna grow. Same with just everything else in life. You can grow as a person if you're in a place where the environment is not right, where you feel smothered, where you can't be yourself, right? Where your people don't tell you, you know, the value they see in you. People don't tell you how much they cherish you, how much they appreciate you. But instead, all you hear is the negatives, what you need to work on. Oh, you're doing this wrong. Oh, you need to do better at that. If you in that type of environment, you got to change it. You have to change it. That's the only way you going to grow, is to go. Because it's just like a baby, right? It's just like a baby coming into the world. A newborn baby picks up on this environment. A newborn baby can sense the energy in the room, can sense the tension in the room. So that's why if a baby was around like a lot of arguments or whatever, it'll start crying and stuff. Like if the parents arguing all the time, if the environment's just off, they'll be crying, right? Because even they could feel it. So it's all about who and what you surround yourself with. We got to surround ourselves with people who add value, who see the good in us, who encourage us, who motivate us, who inspire us, not the ones that try to destroy us, criticize us, right? That try to tell us, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. Because most of the time, that's just projections of them. So, you know, never just stay somewhere because you feel obligated, or never go somewhere because you feel obligated, right? Don't stay in a relationship because, oh, we got 3 kids and I'm trying to build this family and see if it work, knowing damn well it's not going to work, but you feel obligated. So you're going to stay where you tolerate it. You feel obligated. So you're going to stay where you tolerate it. And that's not good, right? A lot of people scared of being alone. So they stay in places where they're tolerated. Even at the workplace, when it comes to jobs, some people be like, oh, well, this is good money, and I got a good position, I'm trying to work my way up, blah blah blah. But they be miserable on the inside because, again, they're not celebrated at that job. They're just tolerated. They go there, get their paycheck, and dip. But they're not building the relationships, they're not networking with people, right? So it's all about just knowing your self value, knowing your self worth. Especially if somebody telling you, oh, I don't want to be with you no more, or oh, leave, then you should kindly get your stuff and leave, right? Bounce. Okay, cool. I'll be out your hair in a minute. But yeah, just always have that self confidence to where you're gonna be okay no matter what. And another thing, you gotta celebrate yourself too. Cause people ain't gonna celebrate you all the time. People ain't gonna cheer for you on the sideline all the time. You got to be the one that's making plays in the field and also cheering in the stands. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes you got to be the one that's making the plays in the field and also cheering for yourself in the stands, because you can't depend on people to see your worth. Sometimes you can't depend on people to see your value. So sometimes you got to do it yourself in order for everybody else around to see it. That's why I say, hey, if you in a place or a situation where you know you feeling miserable, you feeling like you've outgrown the situation, then just have enough self-love to know, all right, for sure, time to elevate, time to move on. Once it gets to the point where you're no longer being treated with respect, or you're no longer uh, people don't show their gratitude towards you or whatever, time to dip, time to dip. Because you could do bad all by yourself. You got to think about it. We talk bad to ourselves most of the time. Most people, I ain't gonna say everybody, most people talk bad to themselves on a daily. So if you had to deal with negative self-talk, then you got to deal with an environment where you get that negative self-talk. That's how people eliminate themselves. That's how people turn to drugs. That's how people go crazy, actually. It's a fine line between sanity and insanity, right? All it takes is one thing to make a person just flip. So don't even let it get to that point. We can't let it get to that point. We can't let it get to that point. All right. So that was just a quick reminder, man. Never go somewhere or be somewhere where people ain't celebrating you. If you made it this far, I want you to type celebrate it, not tolerate it. Because that's what we all want. All right. And celebrate yourself too. Like, comment, subscribe, give your boy some feedback. If you made it this far in the video, it's lit.